Iman Ghazzi's latest info product is $18,000 for 6 months of access. And I'm going to go over the entire funnel. I'm going to talk about the content that he's making to drive eyeballs to actually make the sale. I'm going to go over the landing page. I'm going to go over the actual sales call that I was on. So I actually went through the funnel. I went on a sales call. I'm going to go through the sales call. I'm going to go through the different tactics that the sales guy used to make sure that I actually showed up to the call, and then the strategies that he used to follow up and close me. And then I'm actually going to go into the product and talk about what makes the product so special and how it's been built in such a way that it can't be pirated. You know, a lot of Iman Ghazzi stuff is pirated, and so this is one of the few things that you can't actually pirate. I'm going to go into that, and most importantly, I'm going to show you how you can replicate each of these things to your own info product, like the landing page, the sales strategy, the actual product, how it's been structured. All of these things can be replicated into your own info product, and I'm going to show you how exactly you can do that. First, let's talk about what the product is. It's called 8FL. It stands for 8-figure licensing, and the idea is Iman is giving you the license to use his content and personal branding strategy so that you can grow your own agency or coaching program using great content and personal branding. The term license is a bit iffy. It's not an actual license. He's just using it as a marketing term. But the idea is you basically get his playbook to personal branding. Like, even if you hate the guy, like even if you think that he did that NFT scam, or even if you think that he doesn't own an agency so he can't give advice on how to grow an agency, I know that those are the two main critiques that people have when it comes to Iman. Even the guys who hate Iman will admit that this dude knows how to build a personal brand. He has one of the most lucrative personal brands in the info product system. And so if he tells you that he's going to give you his entire playbook step by step, that's obviously a worthwhile investment. And that's essentially what the 8FL info product is. Okay, now that you know what the product is, let's get into the content. How is he actually driving eyeballs to his product? So first off, he started a brand new YouTube channel. Okay, if you look at Iman, he has a YouTube channel already, right? But the point is, like, the whole reason he kind of switched and started a brand new channel for a brand new offer is because of the price point. His old offer, the offer that he pushes to his massive audience from his old channel, is called Educate, and it's essentially a $97 a month program. Okay, you pay $97 a month, and it's kind of like annotates Hustlers University. It gives you a very broad understanding of how to run an online business. And because of that, his audience is also a pretty young audience, right? If you have a look at his videos, right? Do this to make $10,000 as a student, right? How to make money as a teenager. These are all videos that are obviously targeted towards a younger audience, and so is the info product. But now he has a new info product, and it's $18,000 for just 6 months of access. So that means that your average 17-year-old can't afford it. And so his audience is now a lot older, and because he's targeting an older audience, a more high-ticket audience, he needs to change the way he's making his content. And that's what we see with his second account. And this is a strategy that a lot of people have used, by the way. Like, we see Alex Becker, he has a main account, and then he has another account that's a lot smaller, but that's because he's pushing another offer here. We see the same thing with James Smith. He has a pretty large account, but then he's made another account here with just 23K subscribers. And that's because, again, he's pushing another offer. So if you have multiple offers and your ICP, which is basically your ideal client profile, if they're two different people, then you want to open another account. You want to start another channel. And nowadays, small channels grow pretty easily thanks to how the algorithm is built. So you shouldn't really worry about starting another account. So now let's go into what makes this account so special, or this content so special, where it can sell an $18,000 info product. The first thing is his content is lo-fi. What lo-fi means is it's basically not a lot of animations, not a lot of motion graphics, right? Have a look at this video here. Iman has access to Red Dragons. Okay, so if you guys don't know what that is, it's essentially the cameras that people use to shoot Netflix documentaries. Okay, they're super expensive. He has access to those, but he's recording this on his iPhone. Like, have a look at the light leak here, right? He's recording this on an iPhone, and the reason he's doing it is because a higher ticket audience doesn't really need super highly produced videos, and we see this really often. Like, there are other people who sell super high ticket products. One of those guys is James Kemp, a guy who I've actually interviewed, whose video I'm going to put out in probably a week or so. So you want to hit the subscribe button for that. But he sells super high ticket stuff all the time. He's doing $300,000 a month. And look at how lo-fi his content is. Look at how there's no editing, there's no animations, dude's just talking, right? There's no graphics. And when you sell high ticket stuff, this is generally what you see. And you see the same thing with Daniel Fazio too. Have a look at his stuff. He makes $1 million a month, and a lot of it comes through content. And if you have a look at this dude's content, again, really lo-fi stuff. Dude's making a straight up Loom video. I mean, here you can see some X stuff, but that's only for the intro. Later on, dude just makes a Loom video, right? And a high ticket audience wants lo-fi stuff. So if you're making stuff for a high ticket audience, keep it lo-fi. Don't use the animations. Don't use the motion graphics. That's step one. He talks about his L's, right? He talks about the times when he messes up. And I'm actually going to play this for you guys so you guys can see it.
Conservative, you could say, okay, well, DL at its current MRR is worth 100 million. I could sit here and be, yeah, DL is worth $100 million. No, it's not. You know why it's not worth 100 million? Because my face is still involved. And it's 70 to 80% of customer acquisition. We have not been able to get ads to be profitable without using my face personally. And
so here he has admitted that his team is not able to run ads profitably without using his face. That's actually an L, right? This guy is talking about how he can help you build a massive info product empire, but here he just admitted that he can't run ads profitably without using his face.
we help info businesses. So I could sit here and say, info will make you a billionaire. This is in my worst interest, to be honest with you guys. But I just want to be honest rather than all these other people. They're deluding you into thinking you're going to sell your info business. No, you're not. And number two, deluding you into telling you their revenue numbers when their revenue numbers are irrelevant. Tell me your problem.
So you have to understand, Iman's main audience is people who also have info products and they want to use his content strategies to scale their info products. And this dude spends the entire video talking shit about info products and how it's not the end all be all. He talks about how it's not easy to exit something like this. And the reason he's being so honest to the point where he's actually doing himself a disservice is because that level of honesty builds trust, guys. If you are producing content, right, and you run an email marketing agency, you need to make a video talking about how email marketing is not going to solve every part of the client's business. Like, I run a content agency, so I should ideally make a video talking about how content is not the end all be all. And the reason for that is, like, imagine yourself going into a car dealership and the dude who is selling you the car says, hey, I don't think you should get that expensive car, even though I'm going to make more money on that through commissions. I don't think you should get that. Instead, I think you should get this cheaper car. You know, if a guy did that to you, next time you're looking to buy a car, or next time anyone you know is looking to buy a car, you will send them to that person because now you trust that guy. Because he was willing to tell you something that actually removed money from his pocket. Right? And so if you are selling something high ticket, know that your audience is a sophisticated audience. So you have to be honest with them. And a good way to build trust is to share vulnerability, and it's to also share your L's. This guy told us that his ads are not profitable. Right? He told us that info product is not the best thing out there, even though he's helping you build an info product through your personal brand. So as he builds this trust, and as you watch this content, as you watch this lo-fi, raw, valuable content, you'll obviously develop an interest in his product. And so what you'll do is you'll end up going to his landing page. And this is exactly how it is. I'm not going to go over every line of the landing page here. And there's nothing really special about this landing page here. Like, it looks nice, but there's nothing really special. What is special though, or the biggest part of the product, is he gives you access to his C-suite, okay? Every single day of the week, one person from his C-suite is going to be on call with you. So you can ask them questions. It's going to be like a live group call and you can ask them questions. And because it's priced at $18,000 for 6 months, there aren't going to be a lot of people on the call. So the sales guy told me that there's only going to be 3 or 4 people on the call. So you essentially get close to one-on-one access with Iman and his C-suite. Right, so you get access to his CMO, you get access to his COO, you get access to his head of content, you get access to his chief product officer. The great thing about this is he has essentially provided daily access without giving daily access to himself. He's given access to his team, right? And so I run a content agency. So if I was going to do this, I would have my C-suite, right? So my head of video editing, I have a guy who's great at hiring video editors for cheap, training them really well, and he's a great video editor himself. So I would give y'all access to my head of video editing, and then I would give y'all access to my COO, who handles a lot of the customer interactions, the back and forth, the operations. And then I have another guy who helps me build my landing pages and my email marketing, and he also helps me out with outreach, right? So I would give y'all access to him. So this way I can give my customers daily access without myself being available every single day. And this is one of the things that makes it hard to to pirate. Even on the sales call, the sales guy was really pushing the idea of the group coaching being the real value proposition, right? Because the coaching, a lot of the stuff will be pirated, right? And a lot of the stuff can be, you can just look up a lot of that stuff. The stuff that you can't pirate is the access to his team. That's something you can't pirate, and that's the real special thing about his whole product. We're gonna scroll down, and we have a bunch of his like testimonials, the people who kind of who he's helped with, and maybe he's helped them build their personal brand. And we scroll down, and this is something else that I found really interesting. It's 9 o'clock right now, and I can essentially book a call with a guy in the next half an hour. That's really interesting. And also, he hasn't opened slots up for the entire month, right? This is actually a really smart move. He's only opened a few slots up in the coming days. And the idea behind that is, let's say there was a slot available on the 20th and I booked it, right? When it comes down to the 20th, I'm not going to be that interested in speaking to his team because the excitement has gone, like, it's not there anymore. I watch his content, I'm on his sales page, I'm really excited, and ideally he should be booking a call with me immediately, and that's exactly what he has done. He's opened a slot half an hour in advance. So like, if I want to talk to a guy in half an hour, I can talk to the guys even on a Sunday, which is really interesting, right? He's opened the call even on a Sunday, and he's only allowed slots in the next few days. That way the excitement is still there, and it's going to be easier for him to close me. When I say him, I mean his sales guy to close me. And so once you actually click on one of these things, he takes the phone number, which I think is interesting. A lot of people don't take the phone number. A lot of people don't take the Instagram, right? This is like, if a guy is willing to book a call with you, he's most likely willing to give you his phone number, and you should take it. You know, it's a really, because if you retarget the guy through emails, there's a chance you can end up in the spam folder. If you have the guy's WhatsApp and you WhatsApp him, there's no way you're gonna end up in the spam. You know, so you should make sure you get the lead's phone number, and then he asks a bunch of other questions. I'm assuming that if you put the monthly profit under this, you're not going to be able to make the call. I'm going to assume that, but mine is a lot higher than that. So I was actually able to get through, and I was able to book a call with him. I'm going to pull up how the call went, right? I actually have the whole call recording. So this is the guy, his name is, and I actually asked him if it's okay to make the video. He said okay. So the moment I booked the call, a few minutes later, I got this message here: hey Ashley, it's Ben. And I got this voice recording. I'm gonna play this for y'all now because I think it's one of the reasons I actually ended up doing the call. I was supposed to postpone the call because I had something come up, but this recording is the reason I actually did not do that.
So just wanted to reach out and connect over WhatsApp here and have a call regarding the 8-figure license that you booked in. I'm one of the advisors on the team, so I'll break down everything in as much detail as possible for you on the call. Before we jump on though, if you could just confirm that you're still 100% good for that time that you booked in, that would be great. Thank you. And then also, just so that you're aware, you know, coming into this, we're not looking to take anyone through the typical cliche sales process or anything like that. This is more just of a down-to-earth conversation, just to see if we feel like AFL.
So the idea is, he talks about how this is more of a strategy call, and more importantly, he asked me to confirm. Now I actually confirmed. I'm not sure why it's not opening up here, but I actually confirmed, and because I said I'm 100% committed, I kind of confirmed again. I actually ended up showing up on the call because I'd feel bad if I didn't show up even though I confirmed, right? And the second thing is, this humanizes the whole process. Like, I see him, I click on the picture, I see that this is an actual person, and now I kind of feel bad if I were to cancel on him. It's a really great way to make sure that the show up rate is high. And so once this happened, we actually I end up hopping on the call with him. I'm going to show you guys the call in a second. By the way, this is the actual program. This is what's in the program. You won't see this on the landing page, but this is essentially what's in the program. You guys can pause and have a look at anything you guys want to have a look at. Personally, I don't think it's anything special. A lot of this stuff you can just look up on YouTube. The real value is in the one-on-one calls, the group calls, and also the fact that, like, I'm going to go more into the actual product after I talk about the sales call. But I asked him to send a recording of the sales call. This is the recording. Let's just play it so I can kind of go through with it. All right, never mind. It says that it doesn't exist. So let me just explain what happened on the call, right? So on the call, and throughout the call, he didn't hard close me or anything. He was just like, hey, is this something you're interested in? I think he understands, because whenever it's a really high ticket product, like an 18K product, the sale rarely happens on the first call. It happens a lot of time on the second or on the third call, and he understands that. So he doesn't really push me for the close at all. And so once the call is complete, he kind of gives me all the information here. I actually let him know that one of my friends has bought the program, right? So I kind of say, hey, this is the guy, and he bought the program. And then he follows up with me, right? He sees that I'm actually interested. He kind of follows up with me. He sends me screenshots of the conversation of my friend actually being on the call and the value that my friend is getting. And he even goes in and says that Ali, who's the chief of product, he says that Ali would be willing to hop on a call with me for an hour for free and essentially just help me out. Okay. And then that way I kind of get a taste of what's in it if I actually get the course. And this is stuff that you can do if it's high ticket. If it's a high ticket product, you should be willing to kind of give your leads a taste of what they can expect, right? And the point is, like, if I agree to it, then it's hard for me to kind of say no towards the end because I just got a free consultation. I kind of feel like I owe it to them to join the course. So this is a great way to kind of follow up and to actually push a sale. And so he offered that. I ended up saying no because I'm most likely going to head to another country soon and I'll be busy, so I won't be able to implement on the advice anyway. So I said no, but this is like another way. He realized that I was a hot lead. He realized that my friends are on it and that I'm interested too. And so he was like, yo, like, you know, here's like a little taste. Like, I'm willing to get my guy to hop on a call with you to help you out if you're down. And this is a good way to get those hot leads right across the finish line. By the way, guys, if you're like, damn, I love the way Ashley geeks out on people's content. I wish he could help me structure my own content. I wish I could hire him as my chief content officer. You can actually do that. I've helped over 40 business owners grow their business through content, and I can help you do the same. You can check out my website. It's in the link in the description. It's also in the pinned comment. Have a look at what I have to do. I have like a really nice VSL that kind of explains everything I do. Have a look at that and book a call with me if you're interested. I'd love to help you out.